Welcome back for Something Like a Podcast, episode 14.
14, yeah.
And I just want to give some kudos to fellow podcasters.
Okay.
Clutch Crew Sports.
All right, Clutch Crew, absolutely.
Zach.
Okay.
Connell, and Nate.
Okay.
They make up the
Clutch Crew Sports.
Yeah,
okay.
so them guys are definitely good to listen to. So I want all you guys to go check out the content with the NFL and other news. So
absolutely.
Go check them out. They're great. Now on to one of the questions.
Yeah, one of their questions, which was a very good
From
question.
Zach.
Yes, was will Damian Lillard win a championship if he stays in Portland?
What do you think they'll RM?
No.
Why is that?
Because he doesn't have the right pieces. So someone was just talking about this not too long ago, that Damian Lillard goes out and he gives 125%, but it's just not enough because he doesn't have that supporting cast.
I like CJ McCollum.
He's good. Yes.
You have two superstars
Right.
there. You just don't have the pieces around. I like Zach Collins from Gonza or whatever.
Gonzaga?
Yeah, Gonzaga.
Okay.
Yeah, I do like him, but they're just so young.
Okay, they're young. And they have, so we talked about in this previous episode where you have players who, some players want to win championships and some players just want the money.
He got paid. He got paid in the offseason. They definitely kept him. He just signed a new extension. He ain't going anywhere in a long time. Only way that he's going to go somewhere if they do deal him at the deadline if they're out of the playoffs.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Oh, not to cut you off, but I was talking about a player we didn't mention, which is Hassan Whiteside, who came from Miami. Now, a lot of people think that he played well in Miami just so, because as any athlete, when you play good, money comes with it.
You're right.
So he played good in Miami. He's a good defensive player. He went over to Portland, got his money, and some people say he's not the same person. He's not, giving that true effort like he was before.
Did they actually pay him to a contract?
Yes. I mean, it's nothing like Mike Conley, like some ridiculous number, but he got paid good for what he was doing.
And it's binding. So guys, so people out there that don't know what binding contracts is, little school here.
Nugget, yep.
So which means what binding means. That means that the team is stuck with them unless they deal them. So that means they got to pay their salary for how many years that it is. If they release them, it would definitely major cap hit.
Yeah,
That's compared to the NFL, to MLB. MLB and NHL and NBA is binding contracts. NFL is not. They can release you at any time that the heart desire. Kind of a little bit, but not as much as it would to basketball. So that's a little school there for you.
Okay,
Anyway,
I didn't know that. So that's cool. Yeah,
for Zach's question is, my take on it is no. I don't think he's going to win in Portland unless Portland somehow does a 360 and gets him the talent around him like LeBron has. Unless LeBron leaves the Lakers and goes to Portland after the Lakers to go ahead and try to win them a championship. Maybe bring a couple more pieces with it. More of a veteran presence because they're too young.
Okay.
I like Damian's game. He's one of my favorite
he's very
top five
good.
players. If I'm him, I won't stick around. I'll request a trade because I'll be getting frustrated, especially if you're giving 125% and you guys are just half in it.
So maybe you know this. Did he sign a contract recently? Like an extension?
Yeah. The owner wanted to keep him. I heard about it. The owner wanted to keep him there.
Okay.
Or owners want to keep him there.
So, so you give points. Do you give points for Damian Lillard being loyal to the Trailblazers?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, because that's the team that drafted him. That's the team that got him 6 overall over like 5-6 years ago. And no is because of he took money instead of chasing the championship. If I was that kind of caliber player and got God-given talent like anybody has like that, I would definitely move on to a team that would definitely have championship aspirations. Players that were more veterans that know how to play hard. You know by working with me, Mel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Excuse me.
That's
RM.
fine. Either way, I'm the same person.
RM is that I'm a hard worker.
All right. Yes, absolutely.
I give 125% on everything that I do. Obviously, the job that you and I at I'm not sure about you, but the job that I'm at, I don't like it.
Okay.
This is what I want to do full time eventually.
Okay.
I love this show. I love all our fans. They're amazing.
Right. Absolutely.
And I just want to continue growing. So with doing this, I enjoy doing this, and the fans know I enjoy doing this because you can tell in my voice. So let me backtrack. So go on to what Damian Lillard. What I think about that is no, he shouldn't have stuck it to him and shouldn't have left because he shouldn't have teamed up with LeBron. To be honest with you, I would. If I was that kind of caliber, I would because I just want the ring. Numbers is not all that. I'll get paid regardless.
Okay. So let me give you this.
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard just showed us that he didn't have to go team with like a LeBron or a Kevin Durant. What he did was he has cachet now because he just won the NBA
But
championship.
I like LJ though.
Yeah, okay, but don't get me wrong. This is what I'm saying. So this can apply to Damian Lillard. So Kawhi Leonard just proved he can take a team to the championship. So he went to the opposing team of the Lakers. He went to the Clippers.
He did.
And brought Paul George with him.
Say come with Hedrick.
Right. So Damian Lillard, he showed, he's hit big game Dame. That's his name. Game winners. He could do the same thing. He could go, let's say, his contract up. How old is Lillard? Do you know?
He's like between 25 to 28.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's getting up
So
there.
let's give him 28. So how many years does he have left on his contract?
He just signed a new one, so it's probably a max, which is gonna be like a 5-6 years contract. So
Okay.
he's there unless he
he's
gets
there.
traded.
So, okay, now it is up to him because I was going to say people usually reach their peak at 30. So he has a couple years, but if he's under a 6-year contract, maybe he should start to recruit people to come to Portland. Only thing is Portland is not
They
a
don't
big,
have the money. They don't have the
Yeah,
money.
they're not a big
all
market
getting. Guess
team.
who's getting paid? CJ McCollum's getting a major. He got a major
I'm sure
pay
he
raise.
did. I'm sure they gave him that money.
They gave him that money.
Yeah.
They give Lillard more money. They give Whiteside that money.
Yeah, they're
they're
their
good
hands
young
are tied
team.
pretty much.
They're a good young team, but they're going to lose a lot of this young talent. I'm just letting you know that, like Zach Collins, if he develops what I think he can, his potential, all this young talent. Like I don't know the Portland Trailblazers like that. Like I know the Pelicans and maybe the Lakers, just because I follow the Lakers because of you.
Right.
So I watch a lot of Lakers games just because of.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if we talk about it, I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
So with that is I don't feel like
I don't
so
either.
answering on Zach's question right there, I feel that no, he's not going to, and he should never sign that contract. He shouldn't have walked. I know that'd be like doing them dirty, but don't chase the money, chase the ring.
Because I'm kind of like you.
I think
I think Lillard, if you kind of
you deserve it.
he deserves it, but I'm talking about like if you look at his game and really kind of gauge his personality, he looked like he would want the championship.
Instead, he chased the
yeah.
money. I don't know why he stayed with Portland.
I think it's the loyalty thing. That's the only one.
Screw the loyalty, because obviously it's not nothing in sports. Because of look at DeMar DeRozan, for example, he didn't negotiate with no other team with the Toronto Raptors,
and they just traded him.
They just traded him to the Spurs.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
true.
Pretty much saying
That's
F you.
very true.
So I wouldn't be loyal to. I don't care if I got drafted by my favorite team. I am not going to be loyal.
You got
to
to look
those
out
people.
for you.
I'm looking out for me.
Yes, I agree.
If you're not going nowhere, bye, because you're going to trade me. Because one way or another,
Yeah.
you're going to get rid of me.
I agree. 100%.
I disagree.
agree.
Okay, now let's move on to
Okay, so
the Lakers shooting guard.
This is going to hurt me by even talking about this.
But I want to hear it. I really want to hear it.
KCP. Now, we talked about KCP not
a
too
couple
long
episodes.
ago. Yes, because I have a banner on my Twitter page. And
At the
one
1RM.
At the 1RM. And it had LeBron in the middle. It had AD. It had a few other players. Kuzma. And KCP.
I love Kuzma.
Kuzma's great. KCP was in the picture. He was in the back. Now, I've been following how much I don't like KCP as a player since last year. He was doing some stuff last year, and I'm like, how they
How does he
got
still
rid
get a
of
job?
Exactly.
I could be taking his place.
I just found out. So just to finish this up, I X'd his picture out. I was just being petty, because he
I
was
saw
playing.
it,
Yeah, he
yeah.
was playing something. So now I have Dwight Howard's picture pasted on top of KCP's face.
That's hilarious.
Well, Dwight Howard's playing great, so he deserves to be in that picture.
Oh, he's really developed. He's
So
really playing
that's
like
why
he
I
did
did it.
back when Orlando. I followed
Right,
him back
right.
in the Orlando back in the heyday.
Yeah. So this is what I'm going to say about KCP. I just found out he has a no trade clause, so they're stuck with him. But that doesn't mean
You can't release him. But they'll
Okay.
have to eat the contract.
okay.
They have to take their pride and eat the contract.
okay. But even if you wanted to be humane about it, just don't play him. He got.
Like I
he's
said,
getting.
Vogel
Did you see the
so
game last?
Vogel.
Did you see the game last night?
No, I did not. I was playing DBD last night, Dead by Daylight, with my siblings. It was awesome.
Okay. Do you know what a wedgie is in basketball? We call it a wedgie.
Is when you got your shorts up your. That's a wedgie.
It's when you wedge the ball. Like
Ooh.
you shoot the ball or you lay the ball up and it gets wedged between
Oh,
the
that's the
backboard and
wedgie.
the
That's
rim.
the wedgie.
It
right
just
there.
wedges. He did that last night.
How many times? How many times?
Just once, but it was bad enough. because he's
That
missed.
was the easy layup too.
It was. And he had, well, there was one where he was coming down the baseline, easy lane, and missed the layup. He just kind of airballed it over the rim.
If that was me, I think I would have said, I'm done. I'm going back to the locker room because you just embarrassed yourself on national TV.
So the wedgie was the bad one because the Lakers bench, they were laughing. If your own team is laughing at you, man.
I'll be laughing too. That's
I
hilarious.
was like, oh, come on,
I can
KCP.
see LeBron like, where's LeBron
LeBron put the
up?
towel over his face. Anthony Davis just laughed. He just flat out laughed.
I would have too.
And JaVale McGee and Avery Bradley, they just stood up and they were kind of like,
What the?
I guess they thought the ball was going to go in. Then when they saw that he wedged the ball in, they were kind of like, oh, shit. So he can't catch a break. So apparently,
he can't shoot with a dime.
Yeah. So apparently after that play, he went up for a layup, bricked the layup again, and apparently he twisted his ankle. So I don't know if he's faking like he twisted his ankle because like when he went over to the bench.
He's a high draft pick from the Detroit Pistons years ago, and he's not living up to that high standard.
Not at all. Because honestly, if you watch him play, you're like, how is he in the league?
I saw him to play like listen, I'm more talented to the NBA out there. I'm more talented, even though I'm overweight, than he is because of, for one, I'm a defensive player. I played basketball in middle school. I'm more of a defensive guy. Might get you some steals. I'm more of a assist guy. So I would get you rebounds.
Right. So I'm going to kind of piggyback off what you just said. And I was telling a family member about this who's playing basketball. As long as you get on the court and you play good defense, you're serving a purpose.
For you, exactly.
You're serving a purpose. But
I'm not a scorer. I only had like 10 points in 3 years. I was not going to give you buckets. I was going to give you a good defensive play.
Okay.
I had some foul trouble, but it happened because I was I'm aggressive. I was aggressive especially when it comes to sports in general. I'm definitely aggressive. I played the ball. There was an interception I made because I was talking football.
Okay.
I made an interception in flag football in high school. Well, I'm on the other side of the field. Ball's up in the air. It was up too long, so I went from left to right. Ran into my classmate. I didn't give a crap.
Oh wow!
Like I was, I got the pick, but the thing is, I was playing the ball.
Yeah.
You don't play the actual player. So in basketball, I played the ball. So that's why I was so good at that. But they called me on like loose ball fouls or ball foul because of.
Well, you were hustling. You were probably a hustle player.
I was hustling.
Right.
Yeah, like I said, I was hustling and getting the ball from the other team. Nothing wrong with that, but I don't see how's it a foul if they ran into me first.
Okay. So, with everything you just said, if KCP was doing this,
he should be with that.
But I don't see him doing that.
No, if he's not hustling and he's not doing his,
he's not good on offense.
Try. Listen, if I was this just frustrates me because you're blessed with something like that. I would kill to be in your spot. I would love to be playing for the Lakers right now. Get a chance to be playing with one of the greatest of all time.
Okay.
Plus, I would give 200% on that court for the LA Lakers.
Right.
Because one, they're paying me. They don't have to. I'm on TV.
Yeah.
Dang, I'll be playing damn good defense right now.
Okay. So to everything you just said, I think, this is the idea. KCP is like a lot of these NBA players. They've been playing since they were...
But they get lazy, you know.
No. Well, I was going to say something different.
Okay, sorry.
So it's all good. They play at a young age. Some of them, like LeBron was just talking about, like his sons, I don't know how old they were when he put them in AAU. So they come out 13, 14 years old. They're already playing like organized ball. I'm sure KCP has been doing this. So he's been playing basketball his whole entire life at a high level.
You got to work for it.
So this is what I'm going to get to. So there's an old jazz musician. His name is Thelonious Monk, and what he said was, whatever you do, you just focus 120% on it, get it down, and then forget about it and just go off of muscle memory. So that's what KCP should be doing. He's been playing basketball his whole life. You should not be going out on the court missing open layups. How many layups have you taken in your whole life? Thousands and thousands of layups.
More than I have. So even though if I got some sprackly to the NBA, something happened, I did. Yeah, they won't be like, hey, because I haven't played it my whole life. You know, I played it in middle school.
That's understandable.
So that's understandable.
But if this is your life, and like you said, they're paying you to do this. You should be, and it's not just one layup.
No.
Things happen,
but I'm a defensive player, so that's what I'm saying. Okay. I love defense. I love the defense. That's what and that's why I love the assist game. Be honest with you. Who out there, answer this question, who likes 2K, NBA 2K20? I know I do.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I know this will sound like unrealistic,
okay,
but I did it. So in NBA 2K20, like yesterday I was playing one game.
Mm-hmm.
I had it on All-Star mode, almost to the Superstar mode. So All-Star is a little bit harder than Pro.
Okay.
And Rookie, obviously. So I with my creative player in the game, I went off for 65 points, shot 25 or 33, 12 assists, 4 rebounds, and 4 steals.
Okay.
And inside, I know it's just a game. It's just a game. But but to my point is, even though the reason why I'm saying this, I'm getting to a point. So with what's his name?
KCP.
So yeah. KCP, you never know. You could score 65 points in the game if you try and you work. It's hard to do. It's even hard to do on the video game, let alone to do it in real life.
Okay.
But if you work hard to something, stick your mind to it, you can do with anything. Like with this right here, I'm a hard worker. I'm working hard for this show. I'm working hard for this because this is what I love it. If it's something like what I'm saying is that's his career.
Right.
Because that's a career job. Because you're getting paid millions.
Right.
Thousands, 100,000. No, it's 100,000s and millions.
Millions.
So that is your career job. At least act like you love it. If you don't love it, get out.
I think he does love it. Just make a layup. I mean, that's the last thing.
If you can't make the layup, pass it off.
Even if you're a defensive player. Yeah. Dennis Rodman, defensive player.
I can make a layup.
He made layups.
I can make a layup.
Dwight Howard, he's playing defense. He makes layups. JaVale McGee, he's not a shooter. He makes his dunks and layups. Just that's all we're asking. But we're going to switch. We're going to switch gears a little bit, and I wanted to talk about something a little different. So, have you heard about this Kanye West thing? Like he's opened up his own. I don't know if it's, would you call it a church, but it's service on Sundays.
I have heard a little bit about it. We kind of touched on it a little bit in the past episode about him changing his life over to Jesus.
Okay.
But what do you have for me?
So apparently, and I'm not going to get this name right. Apparently, he is going to change his name to Godly Genius Billionaire Kanye West, something like that.
What?
It's like this weird ass name. Yeah, he wants to change his name to this weird ass name.
I don't think Jesus cares what your name, as long as you're for him.
Listen, I'm gonna deflate this before, and it's kind of counterproductive, but I'm going to deflate it first, and then I'm going to get into it. So we talked about this before on how there's pastors and preachers who have this influence and they have their churches and they bring people in just to get their money. So they're using the Bible not to heal them and make them feel like there's hope. They're using it so you will give them your money. Do you remember when we were watching it on YouTube and the guy was dancing in the money? And
I remember that.
Yeah.
It's called Fool's Gold.
Okay.
That's what that's called.
Okay.
That means that, yeah, you're in trouble. Because of, for one, God doesn't want you to worship money. He wants you to worship him. He would bless you with money if you do what you're supposed to.
Okay. So this is the thing. So Kanye West now has this service, and there's a rapper named T.I., and I guess he went to one of the services, and he was saying, like, he could see that it's all about money.
It is.
So
even I can tell from what you just said is about only money.
So since it's about money, who's one of the biggest televangelists in America today? Joel Olsteen. Joel Olsteen has a church with 45,000 members.
I just hope he's not what I hope he's for the world, but I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. I used to listen to some of his stuff.
Okay. This is what I'm saying. You can listen to, so they say you always eat the meat and leave the bones. So sometimes a person might not be the greatest person. He could be kind of fucked up going through it. But if he's giving you like really good advice or really good wisdom, you take the wisdom and you just don't even think about him. So no matter what Joel Olsteen is doing, even if he might be doing it to get his Lamborghinis, his jets, his boats, okay, but listen,
you shouldn't be living like that. If you're a child of God, you don't live like that at all. Because guess what? You can't take that Lamborghini with you when you die. You should live in, even though you're making millions, possibly 100,000s, you should live within your means. Act like you're broke. Don't remember where you came from.
Yeah,
remember where he got you
agree
to.
With that.
So, for example, if this, this podcast blows up for 1 million views one time, and you and I, let's say for example, YouTube's like, oh shoot, we definitely going to start paying you guys on each view or subscribers, or I don't know how that works, whatever how that works.
Right.
Anyways, I'm not going to worry about it. I don't care if you and I eventually clear half 100K. I don't care, because you know what? I'm not here about the money. I'm here to do the show, to entertain people, inform people about what's going on. That's what we're doing. The point of this podcast is to inform people, and that's what we're doing. And they like it. They like it. If they want some topics, we will talk whatever topics that they want.
Right.
So it's all about it's all about the fans. Absolutely. It's all about the people.
Absolutely.
Not about us.
Right. So with all that being said, looking at Joel Olsteen and his 45,000, how much does NFL stadium hold?
Oh shoot. Really are.
We could look it up. Go ahead. I mean, it's got to be close to that. What, maybe 60,000 people?
Or more, depending on what kind of market that you're in.
Okay, so I'll give you this, an NBA stadium, because I know it's not that
as
big.
much. It's probably around 100K maybe.
No, not for an NBA stadium.
Let me see, NBA stadium. Let's look it up.
So while he's looking it up, the whole point of me saying this is, if you have 45,000 members in your church, imagine how big that church is. So when I saw a picture of Joel Olstein's church, it looked like a stadium. It had the big jumbotron in the middle of it and all these seats with a big, Titan screen projection showing him giving his service. So hopefully it's coming up soon. We could see how many.
No, it's giving you NBA. I don't want that.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna say this.
What did it pull up though?
It pulled up like the NBA, like how long it's been in existence.
Okay.
All right, so let's don't worry, but let's just say that.
Whatever it is,
it's still a lot of money.
It's it's the amount of people. So whatever it is, they're on par, at least, give or take, the same amount that they have sporting events. So Kanye West, we just talked about that. Now he's getting with Joel Olsteen, who's known to make a lot of money. If you look at Joel Olsteen, I seen one picture. He was pulling up in a Lamborghini.
Was he really?
Yeah. Easy. Designer suits. Designer shoes. So he's making money. So that's what they were saying. Like, not only does he have 45,000 members, he also has millions of others who are watching on TV. So these... All right, so when they televise these mega churches, they have that little thing at the bottom. Send your money to P.O. Box, whatever. They'll send you some care package with maybe some oils or, hair off a sheep's butt. Whatever they're going to put this in this package, so it's like a blessing package. So they're giving you this money. That's what I'm saying. So Kanye West is now aligning his Sunday service with Joel Olsteen, and they're coming together. That's a money grab.
I don't like that, because I'll tell you why. Because I used to watch his stuff. His stuff is actually
okay.
It touches you, but at the same time, you're thinking about that he's running Lamborghini. Just like I said, if this show gets big, you're not gonna see me coming up in the Lamborghini.
A Lamborghini.
You're not gonna see me coming up with any kind of big.
So the
car.
question
I'll come
is
in the car that I'm wearing now.
So the question is, what would Jesus do, right? So
he wouldn't
exactly.
He wouldn't spend that kind of money. That's what I'm saying.
He'd be giving it back to.
Same. That's what I'm.
Yeah.
That's who I am. I'm a giver. So like I said, I always, I got the heart to be like, hey, I don't forget where I come from, Neville. Like I said, we're not fortunate, like that. I like to give back. So knowing that if this gets big, I'm over to my own my own like foundation, like Save the Animals.
Right.
Foundation for Children.
That's giving back. Absolutely.
That's just who I am, because the fact is that money ain't everything. Money is greed. Listen, I am not that kind of person where, I know I know where the bin, where you're at, the hustle, to look for that money, to make sure that you get your bills paid.
Absolutely.
Food on the table.
Absolutely.
And just, and clothes on your back, everything that you need to go through. I don't know what Joel Olstein's background is. All I know is the fact is that you're living in wealth. Like I said earlier, fool's gold. So what I'm getting to is the fact is, I think even Jesus said, no.
Well,
you're not supposed to live like that.
Exactly. And like we were just saying, even if Joel Olsteen wasn't living like that, you're still not supposed to follow the person. You're supposed to follow the message.
Exactly.
Because let's say the devil, whoever the devil is, comes and attacks Joel Olsteen. and ruins you could say the severe, he might, lose his life. Or they might just smear him like his whole personality. He's still giving you that message, so you don't follow him. So if in any case, whatever happens,
you follow the message.
Exactly. So with this
that's
whole
with everything, especially when you're a pastor, and anybody,
whoever it is
the pastor, supposed to be the child of God.
Okay. So with this Kanye West thing, people don't know that not just a few years ago. Remember when we had the conversation? I forget which podcast it was, where we said Kanye West was on stage and said he sold his soul to the devil.
Yeah, that was like episode 8 or 10 or something. What I don't remember.
So
it doesn't matter.
I'll say this: you can change.
You can actually. You can. Like I said, there's a song by Jordan Felice called "Not Too Far." So no matter what you've done, you can still come out. You can still see Jesus in the darkness because He lights it up. Obviously, that's what that means. So, but you can't keep doing it.
Okay, so that's almost getting to my point. I had tweeted something out when this first came out, when I first found out that Joel Olsteen and Kanye West were getting it together. I said the devil knows the Bible too. So that's just like you said, facts. The fool's gold. Someone a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah.
So when I watched, I don't know how deep you got into the televangelist when you talk about Robert Tilton and you talk about there's a Mexican one. Let's just say there's a fair share of them. 9 out of 10 of those were found out to be frauds. They were doing trick stuff on stage, fooling people. They actually had this newswoman who followed one to see if it was real, and there were certain things they weren't going to let her see. So you're hiding something. Exactly,
and plus, for one, that's called stealing. So that's kind of
you're stealing money from the congregation by lying to them.
Yeah, and then that's a felony, depending on how much that you steal.
And I'm glad you said that. Kanye West just got $68 million in back taxes just for opening up his own church.
So he owns Uncle Sam $68 million.
No, he got the money.
They fund them.
Yes. So a lot of people don't know this. This is how I found this out. So when George Bush Jr. was in office, he opened up this thing called the Faith-Based Initiative. Okay, faith-based initiative, if I can say it right. Faith-based initiative was something and it was more in the black churches, right? So he was doing this program with the black churches. Again, when we talk about look into things and not at them, faith-based initiative, FBI.
It says right there,
right there.
Faith, yeah.
Faith-based. Just like we said, Facebook and Instagram, FBI.
Yeah.
So they're infiltrating the churches, and people don't know that churches don't have to pay taxes at all.
Nope.
No taxes.
Nope, they write it off as a...
all that money they generate is theirs. No tax.
Nope.
So what's business where you can get money on top of money and not have to pay taxes?
That's why one thing I'm gonna say this: a lot of believers like myself is right about this. Well, when Jesus comes back, He is going to attack the churches because they got it wrong. A lot of these churches got it wrong. It's not a money maker.
Right.
It's supposed to be preaching the
word.
gospel.
Yes, absolutely.
And saying
saving lives.
Yeah, saying that He's sitting there and they're smearing it with money. I don't want to be them. I don't want to be in those shoes when Jesus look at them like.
But can we say it's not all? You will meet, and they're not probably going to be on TV, but they might be your local pastor who really does live by the Bible, and he's trying to preach the word.
Hey, if God sees that you're trying, because He knows your imperfection, but they know what they're doing is wrong. So they're going to be judged for that. I'm not the judge or the jury or the executioner. That's not me. That's God. So, all I'm going to say is they got what's coming to them, because if they have if Joel Olsteen or any of Kyle, if they have any kind of dirt, it's going to come up, and guess what? We're going to be talking about it on this podcast and just putting it out there.
I'm watching closely because ever since, Kanye came out with a song when he first came out, and it was called Jesus Walks. That was a big song. So I think at the point, he was really into that, because if you listen to his music, it was different. But then, like we talk about, you get into Hollywood and they mess with your head. And he might be possessed. So
like we did talk about how they was doing some conjuring, putting stuff into people's music.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which that that was in like episode like 3 or 4.
Yeah, that was early.
Yeah,
but it's funny how it brings itself back. So I just want people to see, and it's gonna be seen. They're going to put it on TV, so all the listeners out there, keep your antennas up and watch closely when they televise Kanye West and his Sunday service. It's nothing different than Pepsi and Sony coming together. They're two businesses just coming together to make more money. So now you have Kanye West and his Sunday service and Joel Olsteen and whatever he calls his congregation to come together.
Money can't buy you everything. Just like I said earlier, it's not all about money. It's about what you love to do. Mm-hmm. It's about, like I said, I want to make this a career. Like I said, I'm also a filmmaker. I like to do that too. About to do a short here shortly next week, next Saturday, doing 3 days, a 3-day shoot. And then I'm doing something at my former high school where I'm a camera operator doing a show that goes on YouTube as well. So I like to get my hands in there. But at the same time, if any of this stuff blows up, which I know it's going to, I am not worried about making money off of it. I just want to love to do my career. I don't love where I work out now. I know you don't. So it's like, I know I don't. I want to do something that I love to do. A career. This is my career. I love spreading the word to people. Excuse me. I love to help people out. I just love growing with other people. Like just like when I started the Twitter page, I knew what I wanted to do. I saw my vision. And I want to say thank you out to my followers that are listening to this podcast. I really appreciate you guys' support. Almost to 2,600 followers. I really thank you for it. Same interest that I'm into, and you guys didn't have to do that, but I'm really grateful and blessed to have you guys following me. But with that said, my point in getting here, I know I'm beating around the bush, but my point here is the fact is you do what you love to do, regardless of what comes. Money's not everything. Like I said, God will bless you with money. Okay, he's gonna take care of you. Yeah. As long as you do what you're supposed to, he's gonna take care of you. So seeing people go for this greed and stuff, it frustrates me because the fact is, you got people like myself and you that's not in that same position, but we don't care. Well, we don't care because guess what? It's not about money. It's about what you love to do. They're in a career for crying out loud, and I guarantee you they've done some sick stuff that eventually is gonna come back and bite them.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And guess where all that money goes?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You can talk to Bill Cosby or R. Kelly about that because Bill Cosby was worth I don't know how much money, and all that stuff he was doing back in the 70s caught up to him, and they took all of his money through legal fees and, kind of probably paying off people. So all that money he generated from his blood, sweat, and tears was taken away from him just like that, from stuff that he did 30, 40 years ago. So you're right. It might not come out tomorrow or next year, but it's going to come out, whatever you do. Whatever
that Kanye West's game is, it's going to come out eventually. Especially he's in bed with the NBA, I think, too. We talked about that. Didn't we talk about that? He was in bed with one of these sports, NFL, wasn't it?
No, okay, that was Okay, so
that
this
was
is a
Jay-Z.
great,
let's bring this up.
Segue.
That was a great segue on that one.
So
I got it mixed up.
But that's great because it makes sense. It's going right into this Colin Kaepernick thing. So apparently he has a tryout with the Atlanta. Well, I wouldn't say the Falcons. He's having a tryout in Atlanta.
Everybody.
Yes. But here's the thing. So I'm going to give credit to Undisputed because the way they broke this down, I would have never thought of this. So
I didn't either, but go ahead.
Okay, so apparently Colin Kaepernick's people have put out a letter to the NFL stating no teams are trying to give Colin Kaepernick a shot. They came out of nowhere with it. So what did the NFL do? Chess moves. The NFL out of nowhere, okay, Saturday, Colin Kaepernick in Atlanta, tryout. There's already a lot of media is
going to flock to us, so they're going to get buzzed and they're going to get money back from ratings.
This is the funny thing, though.
Yeah.
So the cameramen and all that will be out there. News stations, they'll all be out there. But this is what is the funny thing. So there's hierarchies when it comes to people in an organization.
It's the business.
Okay, but get this. So you have scouts. You have different level of scouts. You have GMs, execs, and then people who just go out.
Amateur scouts, head scouts, yeah.
So it already came out. None of the big scouts can make it. The GMs can't make it. It's too short a notice. We just talked about chess moves. Okay, you want to say that nobody's giving you a shot. We're going to give you a shot. But we're going to give you so short notice that none of the GMs can come out and watch you play.
It's going to be like, it's still scouts that can go up to the GMs, yes.
So this is what they're doing, though. First of all, I guess Colin Kaepernick's people wanted a list issue of who's going to be there. The NFL won't give them a list. They said, so giving a shout out to Undisputed, they said this is what could happen. It could be the water boy with just like the New York Jets apparel on. You know what I'm saying? They could send anybody out there.
That's not funny, but it's a slap in the face to.
But that's
how they do it.
We talked about this, so we were talking about.
But Ezekiel Elliott can still play, and he did what he did. But then Rice did what he did. They banned him.
Yeah.
Colin Kaepernick did what he did. They banned him.
Yeah.
So why is Ezekiel still playing? Oh, wait. Because Jerry Jones is on Roger Goodell's top. One's on the bottom, one's on the top, but they both flip-flop. But you do get my point with that one right there.
Yeah. So it's influence. So I'm going to get to that. So we were just talking about when Jay-Z had that interview with Roger Goodell, right? Mm-hmm. And when they brought up Colin Kaepernick's name, what did they say?
Interview's over.
Interview's over. So maybe that was, a couple months ago?
3 months ago, 4 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
However long it was. Now he's getting his shot.
Supposedly.
So a lot of people are giving Jay-Z because let's say Jay-Z, and I just talked about this. I said Jay-Z, and he's a very, very smart businessman. But you got to understand, there's sharks out there. These NFL owners, you don't think they're smart? How did they get their billions of dollars? They probably were cutthroat. So you have to understand they can do chess moves just like you. So Colin Kaepernick now has his tryouts. A lot of people are saying, oh, Jay-Z hooked that up. He could have. But that doesn't mean the NFL would pull this trick where, none of the big GMs are going to be there. We're just going to send Harry, who faxes papers, we're going to give him a Bengals hat. And you might think that he has a good position in the Bengals, and he doesn't. So they're just sending people out there to watch you work out, still without the intention of giving you a true shot.
I don't think he's going to get signed, but what do I know? But I said, we don't know. Like
this
you
is
said,
speculation.
This is speculation, but this is some good conspiracy.
It is, but it's going to come out.
It's going to come out that.
So I think it's this Saturday he's having a tryout.
I believe so, but I said this. Hopefully, it's a true tryout, but I don't think it is. I think the NFL is trying to, because social media is like lashing out to say, oh, this is NFL. Hold. We're going to give him a shot.
Yeah, but it's going to be a controlled shot.
Yeah. And a crappy shot at that one.
Absolutely.
So, but hey, you can't say we never gave him a shot.
There you go. So Kaepernick has been holding up his part. I guess he's been training throughout this 3 years. He hasn't been in the NFL. And apparently
I think it's wrong. Like I said, just like I said, Jerry Jones and Raj Goodell in cahoots. Because obviously Ezekiel Elliott, with that coming out, something shouldn't have been done. I'm not saying banned, but he shouldn't have got more than what a suspension, especially if it was evidence or something like that. I don't know the whole story behind that.
Okay.
But just know that Ray Rice is no longer in the NFL because of it, and that. And also with the Colin Kaepernick
Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, he got away with that. So all I'm saying is, it's all about social media influence. Since they never got caught on social media, on camera or social media, NFL kept you in there because
they swept it under the rug
and said, "Oh no, this didn't happen." What are you talking about?
Yeah,
because
that's how they were going to do Ray Rice. They knew they saw the tape.
They said, "What are you talking about, guys?" He didn't do that
until TMZ got it, and then. Oh, now we got to do something because it's fan backlash. And he hasn't been back in the league since.
No, but I don't think that's right. But it is. It's all about image. It's all about business. And if people don't watch the NFL and get the ratings or buy the product to get them the money, they're gonna you hit no pocketbook, so they're gonna do what you're asking.
Yeah.
But I think that Kaepernick was kicked out for so long because of people's not watching NFL at the time.
They weren't. They were burning his jerseys.
Exactly. People was not buying merchandise, not coming to the games. They was losing revenue, so they said, "Oh, we gotta do something. Yeah. Okay. You're out. Bye-bye.
Okay.
See ya."
So this is the seesaw effect. So just like you said, people weren't watching the games because Kaepernick was still employed by the NFL. Now that he's been blackballed, whiteballed, whatever you want to call it, now that he's been blocked out of the NFL, there's a small minority, me included, who's not watching the NFL because they're not giving him a true shot. We just talked about last episode, all these teams, the Dolphins, Jets was injured, the Steelers.
Even Carolina's going to go take a look at him.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Okay. So you have all these teams that were bringing in. What was the one quarterback who didn't play like for 2 or 3 years, and they brought him back? Was it Cutler or Jay Cutler? It was
Jay Cutler. He was out for a year.
Okay. But they brought him back, but Kaepernick was still fresh. He just came off of that.
Because we all know why. Because they didn't like the fact that they allowed backlash for him kneeling.
Yeah.
I get why Kaepernick kneeled. We're not going to touch this space right now, but I know why he kneeled.
Absolutely.
For
police brutality.
For an issue that was going on. It was
police brutality. Yes.
But at the same time, is why Eric Reed still in the NFL. He's with us. We signed him to another contract. 3-4 years, and he kneeled with Kaepernick that same year, but they didn't kick him out. What was the difference between? Because he was the start of it.
Absolutely.
That's why. So the crony that came on, Eric Reed with Colin Kaepernick. I'm not saying that as disrespect. I'm saying it as
he was right with him. He's still with him.
He shouldn't have got kicked out too. That's only fair. That even though that Kaepernick. It's all this stuff that's happening. My point is, you kick one person out, but then other people was doing it.
Yeah.
Why?
They're making an example out of Kaepernick, and like you said,
how
it's
fair
not.
Is that?
Yeah, it's not right. But at the end of the day, we're going to see what's going to happen. Saturday, he gets his tryouts.
Supposedly.
Yeah, but there's, like he said, there's going to be cameras there, ESPN, all
they'll
these.
They'll have everything on film.
Yeah,
they cover it. Yes.
Yeah, and
give him a shot.
I'm going to watch, and I want to see if the names of these people actually come out and their positions. Were there really people there watching, looking at Kaepernick to give him a fair shot, or are they just sending out
I don't think so. I think
the drones.
The drones or the water boys. That's what I'm going to say. They'll say he's getting shot. Conspiracy, he's not. Think conspiracy. So...
Yeah, I mean,
we're gonna see what's gonna happen.
We're gonna see what's gonna happen.
So now we're coming up on 42 minutes of the show.
42 minutes. I have one more thing I wanted to touch on, and it was something that I saw a while ago. So we talk about favorite TV shows and stuff like this.
I have a lot of favorite TV shows, and I've been watching a lot of YouTube recently because I have 5 top YouTubers that I like to watch.
Okay.
And I like when they talk about, my favorite brand, Apple, and I like to talk. I like when they talk about like other stuff. Like it was, for example, I'm gonna add this right here. I was watching this Canadian guy. I can't think of his name. He has a hat on. But anyways, he was talking about how a Apple employee, this woman came into the store that day and needed to get something fixed on her phone. Well, he took it in the back, got home. She got like a notification, like, what the heck, like a text. Well, she has some inappropriate pictures on her phone that she was sending to her boyfriend. Okay. And this guy exposed her on social media on it.
Really?
Yes.
He should get his ass kicked for that.
He did. So I'm getting to it. So Apple fired him. They was in out. Well, she is pressing charges against him, police charges against him for that. Because for one, he had no right to do that. But the reason why I'm telling people this is if you have any inappropriate photos of yourself or a person that you're talking to or that you're in love with or that you're married to, whoever, whatever, do not keep it on your camera roll, okay? The reason why I'm touching on this right now is because this show is informational. It gives out information. If you have anything that's inappropriate on your phone, those apps out. Back it up. There's apps out there that you can import it. And no, I don't have anything, so I don't want you guys to get think
it's
about
all
that.
Good, but in any event,
in any event of that happening, because you can't trust nobody.
Right.
You're supposed to trust Apple when you go into Apple on a phone issue.
Yeah.
But that associate not only lost his job, but he's gonna probably do some time because you don't do that.
Yeah.
I disagree with that. He talked about it. I want to shout him out. I wish I knew his name off the top of my head. Hold on, let me shout him out for that because of.
Okay. Because of, in any event, while he's looking that up, it's all going to lead up to something that I saw on A&E a while back. I was watching Intervention. So Intervention, for people who don't know, is when there's a family member or a loved one who's going through drug abuse, alcohol abuse. And what they do is the family all comes together. They kind of trick him into coming to this safe place. And while he comes into the building, into the room, the family's all sitting in a circle with a therapist, and they try to persuade him. So go ahead.
His name is Lew Later, so Lew. Later. So he is the YouTuber that came out with that. So I'm giving him a shout out because of I like what he did. I like what he does. I like his podcast being informational. He actually records it with another guy.
Okay.
And they have everything all like camera setup and all that. But I do give him props for that because I like being informational and informed now. So the reason why I'm telling people with I'm quickly throwing this in the show is because of informational. You guys need to be careful handing your phone over to anybody, even though they're supposed to be Apple employees or Android employees, Microsoft. You can't trust nobody.
Can't trust nobody. And
go ahead, continue.
To kind of go back to what I was saying, you can't trust an altered state. Now, this is kind of the topic of what I'm going to explain everything.
Kind of interlocks what I just said, basically.
Yeah, so, but a little different. An altered state when I talk about substance abuse.
Yeah.
Or you could, love is a kind of an altered state, but I'm going to stick to this topic. So when I was watching this, there was this one episode about this ex-Marine, ex-military. A lot of these ex-soldiers, they turn to alcohol when they get out because they've seen a lot, they've been through a lot.
They killed a lot of people.
Okay, so this one, he used to, these big ass jugs of vodka.
Jeez.
He would just throw it back like it was water. Throw it back. And I'm like, how in the hell is he doing this?
How is he living?
Exactly. He's doing this every single day.
I see this stories like this really do touch me because I really want to help somebody that's going through something. Because I know I have my own issues, guys. So everybody goes through something. I'm just a little bit more mental toughness. I know that you can only hold up for so long. So, for example, probably this ain't about me. This is about this man right here. It touches me because the fact is that I don't want to see anybody struggling like that. I know how it feels. Like if none of you guys know, I lost my grandfather back in 2017. So that was a big.
Sorry to hear that.
That was a big card for me. I had to grow up fast.
Okay.
And it did damage me a little bit. I'm still recovering slowly.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, like I said, it's about this man. I'm not trying to put myself into it. It just goes with what I'm talking about.
Right.
But I'm talking about anybody that I hear that's doing substance abuse or alcoholism or anything that can hurt you. It really wants me to help them because maybe they just need somebody to talk to. I know what they've seen is not good in what they do.
Okay, so to your point, they had family members who loved him. So in this episode, he was staying with maybe a girlfriend or his mom or whatever the case may be, and they loved him so much. They watched him do it, and sometimes would give him the money. So this is not love. What it is
enabling.
It's enabling. So they're falling under this disguise of I love you. As long as you come home every night, it's okay if you get drunk. No, that's not helping him. But his real friends were the ones who said, you know what, this isn't right. So to this intervention, and then I'm really going to get in deep to this. Through this intervention, what they do is, like I said, they kind of set you up. So they talk to this therapist already. Sits them all down, and usually it's a hotel lobby or something like that. One of these conference rooms. They're all sitting there. Well, Brian, you have to come. We're having this birthday party. So normally he wouldn't even leave the house. But since it's somebody's birthday party, it gets him out the house. He gets there. They're all sitting in a circle. And when he comes in, he's pissed off. You effing lied to me, which I can understand you lied, but they're doing it because they want to get you help. They know those one-on-one interactions didn't work. So now when you see everybody together, the mom's crying, the girlfriend's crying, they've all come together because they love you so much that they don't want to see you drink gallons or maybe liters of vodka every single day. And when you see some of these video footage, he's like stumbling over the walls. And this is the thing, they remember him before he got there. So they remember when he used to smile all the time or when he was there for his mom or his daughter or whatever. But now he's come to this point where all he wants to do is drink. So it is heartfelt.
It is. So like I was touching on with Olio is, that's what I want to, after I die, that's what I, say, hey, because I have a good heart. Like I said, it's about helping other people. So, hey, I want to have my own foundation for stuff like that to help the veterans that's struggling, that needs sobriety, needs somebody to take beneath the wing. Not to give them money to say, hey. Like
you said, enabling it, but kind of combating
helping them. If they don't want help, that's fine. At least I can sleep, at least I can help somebody and sleep better. Because for one, I don't like anybody hurting anybody else or themselves, whatever. I know what he seems is hard. I know I've never been in some situation, so I can't really say. But what he was going through was probably hell.
Yeah, he probably saw a lot being a Marine. But I want to just kind of wrap this up real quick because we are short on time. So when I talk about an altered state, I was using that for like a prime example. But most of the time when people are going through, let's say you lost your job. Let's say you lost a family member. Let's say I'll give you even one better. So a short story. I'm not going to get into it, but you can kind of see this scar here and this scar here.
I noticed that.
Yeah, I had a gruesome accident a long time ago. I should have lost this hand. The doctor said, I don't know how I kept this hand. It was a car accident. That's all I'm going to say. But my point of saying it is they gave me Percocets. I took those Percocets. And the first time I took it, I said, I could see how people could get addicted to this. Because it makes you feel like there's no stress. You feel fluffy and warm. You feel like you're floating. But it's to take the pain away. So this is what happens. I was going to touch on people who actually are going through, maybe they were in a car accident and hurt their back. So the doctor is prescribing them Percocets, Vicodin, any of these painkillers, which get you into this altered state. It's euphoric. So people get addicted to it. And after the pain goes away, or if they had their therapy, they still take the drug.
So to piggyback over what you said, I got my wisdom teeth out when I was like 10, 13. They give me Percocets. They give me that. Oh my God. I don't know how. I'll be honest with you. I'm the opposite. How can you get hooked on something like that? I felt like my head was in the clouds. I felt like I was spinning around and around and around, like the world was going 10,000 around and around. So I'm like, how can people do this? Like you said, it makes you feel warm and fuzzy.
Yeah, it does.
It made me feel like, oh my gosh. Oh my God. Okay, where am I?
Yeah.
Am I on planet Earth? Oh.
Yeah, kind of loopy.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
Yeah, that's how I felt. So I was like, how can people deal with this? But some people, it's just who you are. I'm just not I'm not a pop pill guy anyways. I don't like taking medication. If I'm sick and I need an antibiotic, I hate it, but I just do it because I have to. So what I'm saying is, what I'm getting to is, I would definitely deal with the pain before I take any kind of medication.
Now,
I'm tough that way. But go ahead.
But it's different in certain situations.
It is, depending on what you can take and what you can't take.
No, well, certain injuries.
That's what I'm talking about. Like certain injuries, like pain levels.
Yeah, I mean,
I should have a high pain tolerance.
Okay, but I've seen people be crippled to the point they can't even roll out of bed.
That's different.
Okay, so in those cases, that's when you take
but
pain.
if you have a little bit of a back, hey, I got back sometimes. I got back, my back will hurt sometimes at work, but I'm not going to take painkillers. So I just, straighten up, form up, and just relax.
Okay, so
that's just me. I'm different from other people. I'm not bashing nobody. I'm just saying
I understand
no disrespect to anybody.
I understand that, but that's like, I would say if you're not in a situation where it's physically demanding and you do have knee pain, back, shoulder pain, you can rough through it. But what is the sense of doing that? I look at like sports players. When they go out on the court and they play with injuries, trust and believe they've taken something.
Oh, trust me. We all know for a fact, especially when Rodgers hurt his knee last year, he was on something. You could tell that they juiced him up because he came back out and had a great second half against the Bills in week 1 last year. He was like, yeah, we definitely, all defense definitely come back, and I was out there, and you could definitely see, if you look at the interview, you can definitely tell he was on something.
So the reason I say that is, if I was given the choice, again, I'm kind of like you. If I'm having an injury and I'm not doing anything physically demanding, just deal with it. But if I have a team that's depending on me to give 100%, and my shoulder I dislocated my shoulder or, something crazy. And they say, look, just take this pill and so you can give your top performance.
But there's also pills out there that can help you with pain, but it's not addictive. Tylenol.
Okay, exactly. So you're getting to my point.
Yeah.
So if you're taking a Tylenol, there's no euphoric effects. It just, you don't feel the pain. It's still there. I'm talking about these pills where you feel like you're on cloud 12.
I'd only be on cloud 12. We established that.
And that's what I said. So when I took that first pill, I said,
I need to stop. No, I can't have this.
No. Because like I said, there's other things. There's natural herbs and stuff that can alleviate pain. Let's say a lot of people don't like to talk about weed, cannabis, but that's from the earth. This is not a drug.
No.
Nothing that's made in a scientific lab that they can press and put it in pill form. You can grow it. So
it's illegal, but you can grow it.
It's illegal, but okay, let's say you're out in California where it's legalized.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
You can't go to jail for that.
Okay, so they have dispensaries for these people who need pain medication. And a lot of them are just the cannabinoids. They're not the THC, so therefore...
They can't get high.
but it alleviates the pain.
It does. So
but
that's good.
We're losing time because we got like probably 5 minutes left. So I really wanted to get through all of these. So we just talked about the negative aspects of taking drugs, alcohol, and pills and whatever else.
Percocets, which is pills.
People get, if they're going through something, they use it to alleviate the pain. Get away.
Even the physical, mental pain.
Whatever it is.
They just want to and they know it's killing them. They have to know they're not idiots. They just don't. They just like, I just don't care.
So,
I just don't care anymore, basically.
Like a lot of people would say, everything's good in moderation. But once you start abusing it, that's when the trouble comes. But these same drugs, are used to create beautiful works of art. So the Beatles, at one point, I think it was Yellow Submarine, they made that album on LSD.
Wow.
Yeah. Jimi Hendrix, back in the psychedelic era,
yeah,
the
back
70s.
then that was sex, drugs, alcohol. That's what that was back in that era.
It's still going on now.
No, but it was more potent back then in the 70s, 90s era.
But my point is this, and you would even go back to like Miles Davis, these jazz musicians who would smoke weed and sniff cocaine and all this. If the Beatles never took LSD, would they have come up with that brilliant work of art?
Probably not.
Because it elevates you to a different level. A lot of people don't know what spirits really means. Like when you go past a liquor store, it says spirits on the sign. The liquor is almost like it uninhibits you. So you can reach like the spirits. You can really channel into something. If you ever listen to like and I'll say this, sometimes you'll meet the most wisest people in places you would never even expect. I sat and listened to a drunk guy talk before.
Same.
Okay.
Several times.
Okay. But this is the thing. When I listen to him talk, a lot of people kind of brush him off because they're saying, oh, he's like pissy Joe. But if you really listen to him, he's saying some stuff. He's been through stuff. So we just talked about when people go through things and then they turn to liquor, right? So he's in that state. That's not to say he hasn't learned a lot up to that point. So I listen to everybody. When I don't get the vibe where I say, okay, he's leading me down the wrong path, all right, peace. But if I'm seeing where you're going and I'm following you, you're kind of that vibration, I'll sit and listen to you. But to wrap this up, a lot of the greatest paintings, they were doing drugs back when Leonardo da Vinci and they were doing crazy drugs.
Yeah. Back then, there was a lot. Like I said, there was a lot of stuff going on that we didn't even thought that was going on.
Yeah. So
because it enhances your brain.
It does. So that's what I'm saying. Like you reach these levels of creativeness, or you're kind of just loose. You'll hear people sing. They're drinking wine. Like they're on movies. The wife is drinking wine and she's feeling good and she's singing and she's all free. That's where a lot of great works come from.
It does, but it's still not funny. It's not good for you.
It's not, but that's why I said it's always in moderation.
Yes.
So you look at rapper Lil Wayne. He was big on lean. Now lean is what, cough syrup? They would put promethazine and like Sprite and they would mix it and it would just make you real drowsy. Lil Wayne's been on lean for a good 10, 15 years. If you look at Lil Wayne now, he looks like someone just dug him up out the grave and told him to get on stage and rap. Basically. Like he looks that bad.
That's what that stuff does to you after a while. You can't keep taking drugs and hope they look good 10 years later. Same with alcohol. So, we're definitely coming up to the end. Another great episode of Something Like a Podcast. I'm Alan Swarm. You can hit me up on Twitter at Alan Swarm and ask us any questions.
Right.
I'm going to add RM into that so you can ask us any questions for the next episode. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I did. Learned a lot today. Information, you guys.
Listen again, subscribe. This is for you. Something Like a Podcast, episode 14.
15 coming up.
All right.
Peace out.